Hi guys, it's Jamie here. Today we're going to look at what is neurographic art, how do you do it, and how useful is it in junk journals. To do this, we're going to create a neurographic art background and then use our July Main Creator Club Mermaid ephemera to make some beautiful tags. Here I have a large piece of cold press watercolour paper and a Sharpie pen, and all I'm doing is making some random shapes across the paper. In this example, I'm using circles, squares and rectangles, oval shapes, and they do not have to be perfect when you create them, because neurographic art is a relatively new form of art that combines drawing, painting, even writing to create a unique and expressive form. It was developed by Russian artist Pavel Piskarev in 2014 as a way to help people cope with stress and anxiety. The purpose of neurographic art is to help individuals express their emotions and thoughts in a creative and therapeutic way. It could even be that you're pondering a problem or a question in life and you just sit down and start to draw your random shapes. It's based on the idea that the act of drawing and writing can help individuals process their emotions, reduce anxiety and stress, and by switching off, even come up with answers. In its original format, neurographic art involves creating a series of lines and shapes that are then filled with colour and texture. The lines and shapes are meant to represent the individual's thoughts and emotions, while any colours and textures are to represent and express their feelings. Therefore, the process of creating neurographic art is meant to be meditative and calming, allowing the artist to focus on the present moment and let go of their worries and stress. It's often used with art therapy and mindful practices and helps individuals manage their mental health and improve their overall well-being. Now that I filled the paper with my shapes, I'm taking lines through the shapes horizontally and vertically. While this is a random process, I have in the back of my mind that this is going to be cut up into tags and be used with the mermaid ephemera. So I want to fill my page with these lines and create some interesting connections. This is because where the lines cross and make joins, we will be working those to represent neurons in the brain and the waves that go between each. And of course, I'm looking for something more compact when it's cut down so that you can still see the neurographic art in the background. Now we're going to work on the joins, and the idea is that everywhere lines cross and create a join, we round that off. So this is what you can see me doing. Whenever I get to a crossing point, I create a more circular shape by rounding off that crossing point. The idea being that we're making a more cell-like looking structure, a bit like something you would see through a microscope or that you've seen in biology textbooks. Of course, while I'm not doing this for any anxiety or mindfulness practice, because I have my project in mind, equally, it is not only easy but repetitive, and you do find yourself switching off whilst making these cell-like shapes. While in the original neurographic art, colours and textures are meant to represent emotions, I'm looking at colours that I think will work well within a mermaid junk journal. So I've chosen emerald green, different shades of blue and some white in my acrylic paints that I will be mixing together for different shades. Having mixed my first shade, I'm simply filling in part of a cell. You do not have to use acrylic paint. You can use watercolour, you could use pencil, felt tip, marker pens, whatever you are comfortable with for this colouring process. Now that my cell shapes are filled in with different shades of blues and greens, I'm filling in the background space areas with gold. When I did manage to fill all this in, I was going to leave some shapes white or even paint white acrylic paint over them. When I returned to the project the next day, I decided I wanted to try a pale silver to give a more sea feel to it. I chose to print up 3 pages of the mermaid kit. The paper dolls, the fish, seashells and seahorses, and the words. Although I have printed everything up at different sizes to the originals because I know I'm making tags with these, so needed to reduce the paper dolls, the fish, seahorses, seashells and even the words. So I've cut out some tags and even some tag borders, and I've got my art glitter glue in my fine nib dispenser, and all I'm going to do now is back everything onto blue card. I did debate whether to edge my tags with blue, then decided because the cells and the cell joints were all drawn in black, black might be the better edge to make the tags pop a bit. Here I'm just doing some very, very simple collaging with the pieces that I've cut out to create some mermaid themed tags. What I'm hoping is that the neurographic art is giving that bubbly sea style but modern background. I'm actually really pleased with the results. When I was doing the neurographic art and had it all as one big piece before it was cut into tags, I was honestly having some doubts, which is probably why I went back in with the silver paint. However, once it was cut up, it actually really worked with the idea of sea, mermaids and everything from the theme that we're running in July Creator Club. If you're interested in July Creator Club, the details will be in the description of this video. Equally, if you're interested in our low-cost monthly Art Tribe membership, I will put those details in the video as well. I hope you enjoyed this very short tutorial, and I will catch you very, very soon.